Hello, Guardians. Welcome back to Tower Casuals, the Destiny podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Corey Dirrig, and alongside me, as always, is the Dregen Josh Finney.
I am a Dregen. I do have the title. They kept reminding me I have the title, too.
Yeah. Hey, Josh, let me ask you this question.
Ask me.
Are you part of the inner nine or the outer nine?
Listen. There were so many things that happened in this story that I just don't know where to start with. Like, guys, for context, of course, this is our review episode for Renegades. We're going to do full story spoilers. Not going to touch on too much else, honestly, because I'll be real. I have had 2 nights to play this. I have not had... This is the first expansion I've never had the day off that it has come out. Like, the day of and the day after off to, like, be able to play. Or be, like, working from home while it's out. So, my playtime has been reduced to about 6 or 7 hours total across 2 nights.
Yeah.
And it was just enough to get the story done. I literally got the story done and went to bed last night.
Yeah, I played some after we recorded Boss Rush podcast, so like 10:30 to like 1. And then last night I was up till like 1:30 or 2 finishing.
To be clear, if you play this on normal, you can blow through this in like 3 hours. Like 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
If you play it legendary, I feel like wasn't even that hard this time around. We're just gonna get into it. Because I have so many things that I want to save for like when we get to that point in the game, rather than just us being discombobulated. But to set the scene, you're part of a crew with Drifter, Eris. Tell me where you've heard this one before. Drifter and Eris together, right?
What?
Ido is there? ? They reminded me in approximately 1 scene in this game that she was part of the crew, and that's at about the 40% mark of the story.
Yeah.
Literally 1 scene with like I don't think any dialogue.
There isn't until if it's the one I think you're talking about, where she's like, where the Death Star, essentially, whatever it is, like,
yeah, the not Death Star,
yeah, like sucks all the light out of the Guardians, and she's just standing there.
Anyways, and then you have Anor Mahal, and Anor is a character that if you've kept up with the lore, you're probably a little familiar with. You're probably interested, and she does have ties to the Drifter's story, because we go back all the way to Season of the Drifter, and she was there. She was there. Remember, she was the one sending us the messages, and you had to choose if you were aligning with the Praxic Order or with the Drifter. And I'll forever be upset that I clicked wrong and did not side with Drifter. But, oh no, I did. I did side with Drifter, actually. I did side with Drifter because I never got the snitch dialogue. I did not. I think they've since removed that, but I forget who it was. One of my friends ended up with the snitch dialogue, and I think Chelsea did too, because I used to hear it coming from hers. I came back and did it very late, so I knew not to do it. But anyways, Anor is one of the more interesting characters. The Praxic Order, still one of the things that like I think a lot of us lore hounds really, really wanted to see on screen. And man, let's start with the opening of this game. The New Hope ass opening.
Dude, I was half expecting a Star Wars crawl. I'm not even kidding.
I genuinely was expecting a crawl, and when it didn't happen, but as soon as it panned down to show the planet and then the ship going over it, I was like, oh, here we go. It's fucking A New Hope. I was groaning so loud at this. I was trying not to be annoying to the people I was playing with.
Yeah.
Who, one of them has seen Star Wars, one of them has never seen a Star Wars. So I played with our good friend Drifter and our friend Kristen, and the 3 of us are running through it. They were kind enough to hold up after the first mission and wait to do the campaign with me, which was really, really, really nice of them. But that opening mission, I'm going to say, for all my griping, the opening mission actually like wasn't bad. I think the opening mission is one of the more fascinating parts of the story, because it's very Star Wars. It very much feels like they took the interior of like the Death Star and tried to make it in Destiny, and also like completely white. It was actually almost more like they took like whatever Starkiller base would look like in like Battlefront and put it into Destiny.
Yeah. It had a lot of Rise of the Resistance vibes to it.
Yes, it really fucking does. I was expecting John Boyega to come and say, "I'm busting you out of here." I was waiting for the not working Kylo Ren animatronic.
The B mode where it's just the screen outside with him flying around.
I thought this was interesting, and the design like definitely like started grating on my nerves after about 10 minutes because it was just white hallway after white hallway.
Yeah.
And I thought it was interesting. You come back out when you fight those walkers for the first time, you're like, "What the fuck is this?" And then you learn that there's going to be one in like every single mission.
Yeah.
I thought that added some franticness to it, and like if I'm gonna heap some praise on this, I will say the one thing I feel like they really nailed with the campaign this time around is add density. They've nailed it. Like that is something I've been able to praise them about with Final Shape, with Edge of Fate, and now with Renegades, that even though you're making the expansion smaller, the ad density is there.
Mm-hmm.
It feels frantic at times, and not in like a bad frantic, but like it feels like, oh, there's not like 6 scions that we're trying to kill, right? Yeah. Like we're getting enough kills to be proccing our abilities consistently here.
Yeah. How do you feel about the enemies with like the changing shields?
I think that's actually a really neat mechanic, and it made me like actually think about things. Also, like the enemies, so like if you don't wear them down right away with their shield, they just pop right back up. They're like almost like mini champions in a little way.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's interesting. The walkers were absolutely lethal if you weren't careful. I thought that was cool. And then you're escorting the Drifter in Carbonite out of here. First off,
it's stasis, Josh.
It's a fucking choice. It's a fucking choice, okay? You're using him as a shield, which I think is hilarious. He has commentary on that. And then you get onto the ship, and what happens? There is a lightsaber duel between Dregen Bael and Dregen Bael and Anor, which when I saw this in the trailer, because they just showed this to us like 2 weeks ago. Or like, I guess it was last week when they did the Vidoc reveal. This is probably also a good time to reveal to you guys. I did not watch the entire Vidoc. I tried watching it 3 separate times during the stream, and my stream crashed. So I gave up, and I just didn't go back. But one of the clips that I saw making the rounds was Bael versus Anor. Anor is like a Timu Bastilla Shan.
That's exactly what
if you've ever played Nightsteel Republic, this is like...
That's exactly what I told LaRon.
They literally took her and like up-resed her to 2025 and said good enough.
That's exactly what I told LaRon. I was like, this has some real like Nightsteel Republic vibes, this fight.
Which, I mean, is funny because Dregen Bael absolutely is Timu Kylo Ren.
Oh,
who's already Timu Darth Vader. There's some fucking choices. It's like you put Kylo Ren into the plot of A New Hope. I'm not even joking. And that's literally what it feels like. And I was like, okay, so all right, that was kind of corny. And like, oh, he's using fucking stasis. Okay, that's interesting.
He throws a fit and kills a guy.
Yeah, he throws a temper tantrum, kills a guy. I kind of was like waiting for like the Daniel Craig Stormtrooper to show up and to turn around, just like walk out of the room. We were so on the nose with everything else, but I'm putting together a crew, and the crew does like no jobs together. By the way, it is literally you.
Yep,
it is literally you. Tell me where you've heard this one before. It's you, and at some point, Drifter's ghost?
Yeah, why is she hanging out with us? I guess, like, what, Nolan North is busy?
I gotta get something off my fucking chest here, okay? I gotta get something off my fucking chest. Everyone who told me that Blue is, like, really well done, and, like, oh, I love Blue's voice actor better win awards. That's a real sentence that was said to me by 2 separate individuals. I have to know what other games you played this year. I just have to know. I'm so curious because, listen, I may make fun of Bael, but Alex Lee is a phenomenal voice actor. Absolutely phenomenal. I cannot get over. Dawn Bennett is in this. Dawn is awesome.
Yep.
I have to know.
It's about as good as the story.
So
uh,
yeah, I like really didn't want to go in on like I don't want to go in on the poor voice actress too much, but yeah, Stephanie Kurbis, I believe, is who it is. I don't, and I didn't want to go in on her because I'm not trying to be rude about it, but man, I was so annoyed. I was just so annoyed. And it's like it has nothing to do with like her as a voice actor. It has everything to do with
it's the
I
writing and the direction.
the writing and the direction of that particular character is just really, really rough. And I think the concept of Blue is so fascinating though. Like I actually really like Blue as a concept is so unique. I think that's so good. We should be seeing their ghosts more. Like we got Tarj in the final shape. We got Sundance. We've had Sundance. We've had Finch. We've had we've Glint. I was going to call him pulled pork again, but I feel like that's like a slur at this point. We've had them. We've had our ghost. Our ghost was like just dead silent during all of this. Really, our ghost was fucking silent. Have you
Yeah.
seen the shit that Nolan North has commentated on over the years?
That's what I'm saying. Like, what is he busy?
Dude, I don't know, but I was actually like kind of glad too. The more I thought about it, because we all know how much I've complained about Ghost. So yeah, I feel bad because like she herself does not do a bad job. It's the voice that was chosen for Blue, and like just the overall like writing was not very good. There is one particular scene that I actually really did like, and I don't feel like it got pulled off very well, but not with Blue's part at least. Everything else about it was fucking dope because it was like a moment where my jaw hit the ground. Uh, I guess let's continue on to get to that point. You do a lot of running around in this. I am so goddamn tired of running around the outpost.
It's
And like,
something.
why is the cantina playing smooth jazz? Is what I want to know. It's playing smooth jazz and Paul McCartney's Hope for the Future because everyone is getting DMCA striked as soon as they walk into the cantina these days. That's wild. That's wild. People had entire playthroughs just demonetized because of that.
Yep.
That is crazy. That is crazy to me that Bungie still does not understand that will get you DMCA'd, and it's been like, I don't know, 8 years since we heard that for the first time in Destiny 2. It's been out since 2014. Like, what are we doing here, guys?
Right.
I can't commentate too much on the syndicates because you don't really get to do a lot with them until after the campaign, and so I will be playing a lot of that. The next that we are going to do at least one more before Christmas, one more Tower Casuals. We're gonna do the dungeon review, and then we will do a Tower Casuals before Christmas. Talk about Dawning, and like I want to talk about the weapons and things like that, and that's when I'm going to kind of like dig into the syndicates. But the missions just weren't very good. There's 6 real missions.
Mm-hmm.
There's 6 real missions. The first mission is fine. I could not tell you for the life of me what happens in the other 2 actual missions. One of them, I think, is the one where you fight like 7 different brigs with the fucking strand harpoons. Like, okay, that feels random, but okay, like the pipes were so much cooler that you get to use there. So that's a whole thing that happens. I will say once the darkness canon happens, once he tries to like Death Star Mars, which again is a really weird plot point. But it was like, oh, there's actually fucking stakes. I kind of appreciate this. After that, I feel like it kicks into high gear. Like you're almost done doing the little fetch errands.
Mm-hmm.
Man, going to the hangar every single time to essentially choose your stratagems. It's already worn out its welcome for me.
Why isn't it just like a menu item? They've done so many things to make sure you don't go back to the tower for everything, or
Why can't there just be a beacon inside the activity where I select them from?
Yeah,
like right where I drop in at. That would be my question. It is trying to be very Helldivers, I feel. I think they looked at that and went, Helldivers was successful. Let's do stuff like that. And they're not wrong, but there's just there's just enough Star Wars in this to irritate me, I think. There actually being an actual whole ass mission that takes place in and around the Taken Sarlacc pit and the Jabba sex barge really just like grinded my gears.
There's a whole cutscene with the trench run in it.
No, you play a trench run, brother. You play the fucking trench run.
I mean, like the drifter, like oh my gosh,
there's so many.
It hurts.
There's so many things, and it's like, but after the Darkness Blast, though, I can't believe I'm about to say these words. It gets better.
Can I ask you a question real quick?
You can ask me a question. You can ask me whatever you want, buddy.
Why are we sparrowing in space?
Listen, we haven't even. I got to get through some other bullshit before we get there. I think the game does seriously hit a turning point when you get to like step 30 something out of 45. Most of that's been just talking to NPCs, by the way. When you hit that point is when you get the Fire and Ice exotic mission. And listen, for all the criticisms that I have dealt out about Renegades so far and about the story and the campaign and everything, they fucking nailed this. They fucking nailed this to an unholy level. This is one of the coolest exotic missions to me. This was one where I sat there and went, yeah, they got the sauce back for this. Mm-hmm. This was an awesome exotic mission.
So do you think it's all right that they made it part of the campaign?
If this hadn't been part of the campaign, this would be one of the worst campaigns that they've ever made, in my opinion. This particular mission, and in particular, how good the lightsaber feels, actually does so much heavy lifting for me.
Yeah.
It's not even funny. Like, that is an awesome mission. And I enjoy that so much of it is exploration and traversal based instead of combat based, which really doesn't come until it's not even like really heavy combat until like towards the end.
Yeah.
But I thought this was really cool. It was a fun take on different realities, on the Jedi Temple. Clearly, it being on Europa is supposed to be a reference to Ilum, because that's where, the Jedi got their crystals from, and this and that. Like, that's very cool. I like all that being like just dead ass on the nose. Bringing the Ascendant plane back into this, I thought was really interesting. I like this mission. I was very tired, but I like this mission. It seems like there's going to be a decent amount of replayability with it, too. I'm very excited to upgrade this lightsaber and get new crystals and hilts and things like that, and not pay 1,000 silver in Eververse for each one.
Speaking of Eververse, are you buying the Mandalorian armor?
Fuck no! Dude, that got sent to me at work when this came out. I'm at work when Renegades releases, and I get sent that screenshot. I actually thought that I was just getting trolled. The first 3 people that sent me that, I thought it was a troll.
Yeah.
And it was not. It was not. I'd also just like to point out that, like, really? The Hunter is not the Mandalorian. The Hunter is not the Mandalorian.
That's
we got Boba Fett with a dress.
Oh yeah.
We got Book of Boba Fett. If it was like classic Boba Fett, I would not be complaining as much. But it has to be the Disney version, I'm sure, because like that's probably like in the contract or something.
I feel like it would have made more sense for Boba Fett to be like the Titan.
I feel like the Titan should have been the Mandalorian with the minigun from Mando season 1 and 3.
Yeah, it's like halfway through the first season.
Yeah, that's Jon Favreau, by the way. It should have been Jon Favreau. Yeah, it should have been George from Reach.
That would have been amazing.
That's who it should have been.
Would have been amazing.
You could have done an ornament for the new chest piece to like have a jetpack on the back. Oh, it could have been so cool. Bungie, why am I not deciding these things? That's what I want to know. Bo-Katan being the warlock kind of feels on point, but I probably still would have gone with the armorer.
Yeah.
That's who I would have gone with personally. Anyways, but that's beside the point. We are now at 3 full-ass sets of Star Wars armor in this game.
Yeah.
And I just gotta say, I feel like these ones I would have been less offended by if you would have shoved these into my pre-order instead of the Dark Side set. I would have been significantly less offended if you gave me these.
Yeah, to be fair, the Darth Vader as a Titan thing is like really like
Darth Vader as a Titan, General Grievous as a hunter. What are we doing here? That's where your Boba Fett armor should have been. What are we doing here? I'm just so upset. I don't know what's happening. Oh, dude,
Could it
I'm
have been
so frustrated. I will say, I'm gonna say this though. I am 100% getting the Razor Crest as a ship because I think that's cool. It's less on the nose than the fucking X-Wing.
it's not called the
Oh
X-Wing
my god.
though. I forget
Was
what
it
it's
like the
called.
Freedom Flyer or
I
something?
forget what it's called.
I don't know. It is something goofy though.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude! I okay. I gotta continue though. This exotic mission is very well done. I really like this mission, and I feel like this may be
Yeah.
hinting at like the mechanics for the dungeon too.
Yeah.
I enjoyed this mission. I cannot wait to do this mission again. Genuinely, it is the 1 out of 6 missions that I am like, yes, I will absolutely think about this. This mission alone elevated it up a full ass letter rank in my books. That's how much I enjoyed this mission.
Yeah, it's a cool mission.
And then on top of that, the lightsaber, they nailed it. They nailed it. I've only used Han Solo's pistol a little bit. I fucked around with the heavy sniper a little. They fucking nailed this. They fucking nailed the lightsaber, dude. It feels so good. It feels so good for a game not called Jedi Fallen Order. It feels amazing. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Those are the guys that you should be talking to. Is you should have called up Respawn and been like, "Yo, how did you make this feel so good?" Because you also made Titanfall and Apex Legends, and so you know how to do good gunplay, and you made the lightsaber work. So, it was really cool. Missions 5 and 6 take place back to back. This was really abrupt for me. Mission 5, very clearly, like, I saw people being like, oh, it's Endor coded, and it very much is. My first thought when I saw, like, the giant satellite dish sticking out of the ground was, well, it's either Endor or it's Yavin 4, so...
Yeah.
The only thing missing was Ewoks running around.
They would have had to create a new race to do that. I'm not sure they could do that.
I don't think they could either. I mean, you could have just had, like, I don't know, the little short guys from the Dread running around.
I guess so.
What are the Dread doing, by the way? Other than making my solo ops completely and totally uninteresting. I think that mission is just really weird until you get to I will say, the battle that takes place outside the bunker, that was incredible ad density. That's the kind of shit that I want. Like, you're throwing stratagems everywhere. You're taking cover. You're fighting off the walkers. There's plenty of bosses around. I love this. We were throwing supers like crazy. I really love this. And I was playing on Legendary. I loved it.
I was really wondering how this would have looked on an Xbox One or a PlayStation 4.
Oh my god, dude. Like, sponsored by Microsoft PowerPoint. There's no way. Like, if you're playing this on a launch day Xbox One, I just want to know if your console actually melted down or, like, caught on fire or something. Like, did your console sue you for, like, emotional abuse? Forcing you to just keep doing this? I don't fucking know, man. I don't know. And then you get into the bunker. So you get into the bunker, and I thought this was really funny. Like, you can't shoot anything. You're in there, and it's like, oh yeah, we're conning everyone. Oh, let's go turn off the deflector shield, by the way, in front of everyone, and nothing fucking happens. And then we go through the door. This cutscene actually had my jaw drop because I 100% was like, oh shit, Drifter's gonna shoot his ghost. Drifter is absolutely gonna shoot his ghost. And he didn't. He starts pretending to squeeze Blue, though, and you can see Blue take a little bit of damage. And then, man, I just gotta say, Drifter whips out Thorn.
Yeah.
And not before he gets fucking stabbed through the chest, by the way.
Yeah.
This was the first clue also that Dregen Bael, surprise, is not a guardian of any kind, does not have a ghost.
Where's your ghost? Where's your ghost?
Where's your ghost? Where's your ghost? And scene. And it's like, okay, you didn't shoot Blue also? Did we not learn anything from Targe or Sundance? Why are you there? Apparate out of there, please. Please just, like, go into the hallway or something while we're doing this. The Guardian is, like, fucking aura farming over here, okay? Chucking the nade while he goes to catch Drifter. And it's like, I was like, is Drifter fucking dead? Is he fucking dead? I know that his ghost is there, but like, is Drifter gonna fucking die here? Really? You're gonna die? You're gonna die? You're gonna die to mid. You're gonna die to mid. Dying of mid. That's gonna be your cause. And it pretty much immediately just drops you into the next mission. Like you all reunite on the hall supposedly, and then you get just random, and then you start the mission, and you are just in a walker inside the ship. I could not tell you how we got there. I don't know if I missed a cutscene somewhere. There are so many jump cuts like this, though, in this campaign, in this very short campaign.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, anyways. So you're doing this, and you're going up, and you're fighting through the ship, and I think this is great. Fighting through the ship, you are very clearly, you're storming the Death Star or Star Killer base or whatever you want to call it. And the Cabal guy, by the way, I forgot about the Imperium. I am not even going to lie to you. I completely forgot they were here. They are about as forgettable as the Shadow Legion. Remember the Shadow Legion? It's always the fucking Cabal, dude. I kind of forgot these guys were a thing. And he's like, I'm going to face them. And he comes up, and this man got his ass whooped so fucking fast. He could not put up that immune shield quick enough. I had a bigger problem with the guy with the machine gun in the exotic mission. This dude died like a little punk. And then you know what? You beat him, and he just like turns around and like exits. My man exits stage right. Stage right. He exits.
Gone.
He just walks out. He walks out of the scene. He doesn't die. He walks out of the scene. And keeps like, oh, I want another crack at them. And Bale's like, Jesus Christ. Calm down. Roid rage over here. Have a Snickers, man. You're not you when you're hungry. But I say this with 100% dead ass seriousness. Beating that guy, that is the final boss, by the way. That is the final boss.
Mm-hmm.
The easiest final boss in Destiny history, also. Like, we went from fighting Savathun to fighting this guy. In campaigns, by the way. We went from doing the Witness to doing this guy. Even that boss at the fate was worse. Like,
you know what this reminded me of?
Here?
You know what this reminded me of? Like how easy it was the Curse of Osiris final thing.
I'm gonna level with you. I couldn't even tell you what the final boss of Curse of Osiris was.
It was a giant like Vex Cyclops thing that started with a P.
Sure.
That's all I remember.
Sure. I'll take your word for it.
And then Osiris comes out with his hood down.
You know what this reminded me of? This reminded me of when we fought fucking Zol, one of the 6 worm gods, in a strike. That's what this reminds me of.
Yeah.
That's how easy this was. Anyway, I digress. Because, listen, as ludicrous as that is, nothing could have prepared me for them to go, you know what? We should just keep playing our greatest hits. Let's have you go through space on a Sparrow.
That's what I'm saying.
Master Chief giving the bomb back is one thing. Master Chief riding the Dreadnought is one thing.
Josh's face.
I'm watching this, and this man is using his boosters and everything to get down there. And I'm just like, what are we doing here? And then we get down there, and it's a trench run. And God bless America. Thankfully, I have watched enough Star Wars in my life to know how this is going to go. And I alternated between going, this is like the coolest fucking thing I've ever seen in Destiny, and this is just the corniest fucking thing I've ever seen in Destiny. The duality of man was on full display in that voice chat because... Man. It's fun, it's loud, it's very Michael Bay coded. It is better than the Sparrow Chase to get out of Callus's ship in the middle of Lightfall. Remember that bullshit? That was the thing that happened.
Yeah. Lightfall
Again,
happened.
we're playing the Bungie greatest hits here. This is like this is like the Maw.
Yeah.
Like they wanted this to be like the Maw or like Halo or
Yeah.
it's not bad. Like it's far from the most egregious thing that happens, but it was just like, again, I was alternating between this is so fucking cool and man, this is so corny. I feel 10 years ago I would have loved this. Before I became really jaded with this franchise, if they had done this, like if this had been a mission around like Shadowkeep or like Beyond Light, I would have been like, hey, this is a fun change of pace. This is actually really fucking cool. Now it's happening 11 years into the life cycle of the game, 11 and a half years into the life cycle, and I'm just going, we couldn't have got this sooner. We have a speedometer now. We have a speedometer for the Sparrow.
Oh boy.
That was the thing that happened. So Q Sparrow Racing League rumors again. I wanted to know why I couldn't use my surfboard. What is preventing me from using a surfboard and having like my sidearm? That's what I want to know. Can we talk about how absurdly hard this Sparrow was shooting the walkers, though? Listen, I gotta tell you, legendary difficulty, 3 Sparrows shooting 1 walker, that thing was dead in about 3.5 seconds. Not even an exaggeration. So all this happens, Corey. And tell me where you've heard this. You boost out of there. You have to escape. And you launch yourself back into space. And the Guardian is just aura farming. He aura farms, and he gets picked up by the Drifter, who puts him in the trunk for maybe the best piece of dialogue in the whole expansion. I hope the trunk has enough room for you. I'm the hero this time. Or something to that effect. You can't have you don't get the glory this time. Something like that. I thought that was great. And then you think, oh my god, is this the end for Drifter? He's being chased. He's being chased by these fucking Threshers. They're chasing him in Threshers, okay? That's the funniest part. And again, you've seen Star Wars. You know exactly where this is going. You know exactly where this is going right now, okay? Because there's 3 of them.
Yep.
The Hall shows up. Drifter loops back around, destroys 2 of them, and shoots Bael, but doesn't kill him. Just sends him spinning. And they even show him inside the ship while it's spinning. Mm-hmm. It is. Listen, dude. I'm so glad that they worked with Lucasfilm on this, because they would get sued out the ass for this if they had released it otherwise. And you know what, Corey? That's basically the end. You go back to the cantina. You've had Zavala chew you out a couple times in between here and be like, oh, once he sees that you're going to win, he's like, I don't officially endorse this, but the Vanguard it's telling you, kill that man. You find out Bael is just a rich kid. He's the son of that founder or the head of the Tex Mechanica foundry.
I think it's Haka. I think it's Haka.
It's definitely Tex Mechanica.
Is it? Okay.
I'm 99% certain it's Tex Mechanica. So I was like, damn, cowboy guns are evil now. And I just... So that sets up an interesting plot thread, I guess. And like, hey, having lightless individuals causing problems feels like something that we could have explored like 7-8 years ago.
Yeah, like that feels like a thing. That feels like a vanilla Destiny 2nd type expansion of like...
This feels like something that I think we should have tackled like after Forsaken, with like how Uldren was lightless and killed Cade. I think that's a fascinating thing. Or it could have been, like seasonal arcs. Like this is something you could have leaned into a season of the Drifter, etc. Like for all this, and then you get to the bar, and they finally do it, folks. Drifter and Eris have a sloppy kiss right there in the middle of the bar.
Yep.
It's great. She gives him this pendant that very much looks like the Eye of Agamotto, but with the Renegades symbol on it. And, I come away from this, and you may be listening to this going, Jesus Christ, this man has a problem. And you would be right, because the missions that I really enjoy in this, or that I even think are like average or above, which are missions 1, 4, and 5, and like the back half of 6. Not even the back half of 6, like the last third. The Sparrow part's just that's dumbass fun. I don't care what anybody says. It's dumb fun. It's dumb, but it's fun. Those gave me a glimpse of what this could have been had it been a full expansion.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I just kept that's the thing I keep coming back to with this is
they could have done a whole art, like a whole like Shadowkeep to Witch Queen arc with this. I feel like
I just keep coming back to missed opportunities.
Yeah.
We set up another antagonist, and then they mention very casually like that there's that like the real Dregen Bael is like going to be hunting him now because he's not to be fucked with. There's Dark Guardian pockets popping up all over the sector. I do think this takes us to an interesting place. I'm not gonna lie, I do think that takes us to an interesting place, and I'm certain that we're gonna tackle some of this in the dungeon. But like, you're doing this when we already have the overarching theme of the 9, and I understand like the 9 tie into this. I was wondering how they were going to. They tie into this because 6 manipulated Bael into like being his weapon and this and that, and like it was just because 6 needed basically humanity to get wiped out so that he can enter the material plane and escape wherever his prison is. Other interesting little tidbits we found out. We found out that Xur at one point was an emissary of the 9, which, okay, we all suspected that, but to get that confirmation was really, really cool, and like clearly something fucked up happened to him.
I thought they said that in Edge of Fate, or was that just something that we were speculating?
They probably did. Listen, I cannot emphasize how much I've been checked out since finishing the Edge of Fate campaign.
Yeah.
And doing Desert Perpetual a couple times. I've been so checked out. And
yeah,
like that just brings me back to this, like there are some cool nuggets I think that get introduced here. There are some interesting concepts. I know people are excited about the possibility of Chicago here and this and that. I just keep coming back to, man, if this was a real expansion, if this was a full traditional expansion, this could have been so cool.
Yeah.
And instead we got a tease of what could have been and a reminder of what used to be. And all it did was make me sad, because how cool would it have been to have this as an expansion, and then over the next year leading into the next expansion, you're building on this. You're building on the Renegade abilities. You're emphasizing them in that whole year of content.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're just gone.
And then you can explore like
it's a bummer.
In seasonal content, you can explore like, oh, why did these Vex have clothes, or like, you know what I mean? Like,
dude, the Minotaur that clearly cleared Vault of Glass and came away with a Fatebringer.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I'm fucking telling you, like, there's so many cool little nuggets. And like, listen, I am giving this to you guys. Just, I have done the campaign. I have not done some of this. I have not done any of the Syndicate stuff. I have not done the exotic quest you get at the very end from Honor. I have not done any of that. I am very excited to go do those things. I will say, for all my criticisms of the campaign, I am actually very interested to see what the other content is. I'm very excited for the dungeon. But I'm going to be real. The tease I got of what the activities are going to be like does not inspire a lot of confidence for me, if that makes sense. I'm not very excited to go do it.
How many escort missions do you think we're going to have to do in this side content?
Dude, I hope none. I genuinely hope none. I think the missions that we had were fine. I think they were fine outside of the one where you have to move that stupid little platform.
Yeah.
Or barge or whatever it is. I think the other ones genuinely were fine. You can get through those in like 8 to 10 minutes. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine with me. I do look forward to doing those on harder difficulties. You can get them all the way up to Grandmaster level, I believe. Some of the triumphs indicate that. Actually very interested to see this, and to level up your vendors, because when you level up your vendors, you can go get the Star Wars guns from them at higher levels, and like a tier 5s and things like that. Get like the curated versions. You can get upgrade for your Praxic blades doing that. That's the kind of stuff that I like doing. I like doing that in MMO style games, maxing out my rep with as many factions as I possibly can. I really like that. But as a campaign, if we're talking about this just as a campaign experience, I think this falls really flat. I do not understand the people who say that this is better than Edge of Fate. And I will say this as the caveat. I do not understand the people who think that this story is better than Edge of Fate, which is one of the best stories we've ever gotten, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
When you talk mechanics, the Renegade abilities are so fucking cool and so much better than Matter Spark. Holy shit.
Oh, I forgot about Matter Spark.
Dude, Matter Spark, Matter Morph, whatever the other one was that you could do, the teleportation cannon, like, I think those things are fine in the context of a campaign, but I think it makes it a real slog to try and explore Kepler.
Mm-hmm.
I am actually really happy that there's not really a new planet here. There's the one destination, and there are the areas where you go do your orders at.
Mm-hmm.
I am fine with that. I'm happy that it's not shoving brand new areas to go explore and stuff down your throat. Now you can go and explore to your heart's content in those. And I like that because eventually there's going to be big bosses that you can unlock by getting key cards and this and that. Like, you can already see that if you go exploring.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited for all that. I think that the post game is going to have some stuff. I don't know how long it will keep my attention because I feel at this point, the smaller expansions are going to keep my attention for about 3-4 weeks, and then I'm going to be out. One of the things that kept my attention at Edge of Fate was you had story side quests, you had the stuff to upgrade your world tier to like mythic and things like that. Like, that was really cool. Doing the mythic difficulty missions was so fun, and I did them super under leveled. That was a blast. It was a blast getting ready to doing all that. And like, I'm one of the people who actually enjoys hunting the Graviton spike pieces. I actually still need to go finish that. I have most of it done, but I have a couple I'm still missing for the intrinsics. I think that's really cool. I think that's really fun. There are some interesting things, and like, I like a lot of what they did with the Pale Heart. This very much feels like, oh, it got neutered big time.
Yeah.
You can feel that there was supposed to be more to this, and that's a bummer. I just feel like this is coming out at a really weird time too. This is the second expansion of a brand new story arc. I feel like the time to do this would have been either pre-Witness, like pre-Witch Queen.
Mm-hmm.
I think around the time, like maybe the year after we get Stasis. I know that was the Witch Queen, but like, this would have been a really cool seasonal arc to see unfold.
Mm-hmm.
Like you were saying. But because, man, that's the other thing. Like, I feel like if we were still getting traditional seasonal content, you could do so much with this.
Mm-hmm.
I actually would be so on board because I'd be so excited to think about the possibility of what I'm going to see in the next couple months.
Yeah.
And instead I'm getting nothing. Like, imagine you finish this and like you're going, oh, that's a little bit lackluster, but there's a brand new season starting right after the holidays.
Right.
I would be so excited. I'd be so excited for a new seasonal story to drop. Instead, I'm like, okay, that was cool. I'm going to kind of passively play this, and I'm going to go play Metroid Prime all weekend.
Yeah.
Because that dropped yesterday, and I haven't started it, and I need to. So...
Yep. It's on my Switch right now.
It is not on mine. I am leaving work early tomorrow, partially to play it, and to go buy the Magic the Gathering Chocobo bundle. That's beside the point. Again, like, if I'm looking at this just as a campaign experience, I think the story is, like, really up and down. I don't think it's great. The abilities are awesome. I can call a Cabal drop pod in. You know how fun that is? I can't wait to upgrade that ability. Like, I was clearly upgrading the strafing run and the healing station.
Mm-hmm.
That's clearly what I was doing. You don't even really need them in the campaign, though, is the thing. I do love that you can use these abilities indoors. That's hilarious to me. I'm sitting here summoning them on a fucking battleship. That's great. That's great. I can't tell you how many times I accidentally activated an ability because I was trying to do a finisher. And thankfully, you can just unclick it. I figured that out about, 3 or 4 hours in.
Yeah, sure.
But overall, like, I really do like the abilities that I've seen so far. I like the feel of it. I like how they've made the enemy factions actually look unique, and like, but at a certain point, we're running out of Elixni and Cabal. They're basically both extinct at this point. Also, like, how the fuck is this happening on Mars? Like, right under everybody's nose? Really? You're going to tell me that they did? If you go in the bar, there is literally a gigantic framed picture of the Colonel and Cade. And you're going to tell me that the Vanguard just didn't know about this and just, like, kind of ignored it? Okay. Okay, bro. Okay. Okay. But like Drifter talked about the 9, and I think like it does do a little bit to advance the 9 story and this and that. Like Lodi being in this a small role was nice. Nice connective tissue there.
Mm-hmm.
Found it really weird that Ikora had nothing to do in this. Like, really? You're not calling up Ikora is not part of this when the Praxic Order is? Okay. okay. And then basically everybody going, yeah, the Praxic Order and the Vanguard have lied to everybody, and we're going to expose the lies now. Like, yeah, again, this is something I feel like we should have done before the final shape.
Mm-hmm. This
Doing
could have
it
been like
now feels weird. Like, I also would be keeping the truth of the 9 from the general public.
You know what? This could have been like almost like a Avenger or like Civil War type thing, and then going into the final shape, you have to bring everybody together somehow, right? Like,
yeah, I mean, there's so many things that you could have done here, but I do like that it's another story that focuses really, really heavily on Drifter, because like Drifter has a little bit to do in Edge of Fate, but it was the same criticism I've had of him before. Like, oh, we thought he was gonna have a big role in Beyond Light. He just kind of hangs out at base camp.
mm-hmm.
Oh, we thought he was gonna have a big role here and there, and he doesn't. But he actually does here, and I really appreciate that. We hear Drifter's ghost speak, even if I'm annoyed by the character and how they are presented and written. I think the idea of Drifter's ghost and like still having like unresolved trauma from their eons together. Like, we hear them talk about the Dark Ages. We hear them talk about the ice planet where Drifter kept dying and was like, "Do not res me," and the ghost kept resing him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's starving to death, right? And he eventually gets off of it, and he basically Drifter's like, "We saw some shit, man."
Yeah.
So I think there are some interesting threads to pull on here. I just don't have a lot of confidence that it's going to be done effectively. That's my biggest concern right now.
Yeah.
There's some larger changes I think that happen in Renegades that I actually really do like.
Yeah.
Not resetting my power level is really nice, because
Mm-hmm.
that was really annoying.
Yeah. Going back real quick.
Yeah.
You said like, you know, there's a lot of potential here, and that was kind of wasted. I kind of felt like that with like the episodes that came out after the final shape. Like,
100%. That's something that you and
like,
I criticize routinely. Heresy, they finally got it right. And this is how it goes. It takes a couple of stumbles, and then they get it. So, listen, man, I'm expecting whatever the next expansion is next summer to be an absolute banger. Because they've got 2 of these under their belts now and kind of know what they have to work with.
Yeah. So what do we have? I forget what the next one is, but the 4th one is what? The Alchemist, I think?
I don't remember the names off the top of my head. I'm going to be totally honest with you.
Yeah.
I don't remember the names. I've slept a little since then. Not much, a little. I've started a new job since then.
You get to sleep.
Gone through a lot of loss since then. But I am still intrigued about where this story can go. I think my biggest thing about Renegades and its story and the campaign and everything just made me, in addition to like wasted opportunity, makes me feel like, is this a game for me anymore? Is this a game that is directed at me anymore? And I think that's the saddest and like most sobering thing to think. Is that's something I've been like trying to reconcile in the group chat for a couple days now, is like, man, is Destiny just not for me anymore? Because if you're going to be more, man, if I could take the story of Edge of Fate, combine it with the abilities of Renegades, and give me like the exploration of like, if you can combine the exploration of the Pale Heart with Kepler, you would give me kind of the perfect campaign experience, I feel. I will say, I sat here and talked about wasted potential. I actually kind of like that the campaign was short at the same time. It's just, I feel like they didn't maximize the time that they had.
I mean, I don't mind that the campaign is short. I just feel like this could have been something you like.
Yes.
Like the first third of this campaign could have been like a whole expansion, but you expand on it, right? And then you do it over like either seasons or 1 or 2 expansions, right? Like, I don't know, man. I just feel like, I don't know. I just feel like it was so, I don't know. We're just going to keep talking in circles about it, though.
We're going to keep talking in circles. So, like, I kind of like want to move on to final thoughts, I guess, before we attempt to grade and rank this campaign. Any final thoughts? Because I'm interested to see how my thoughts change as I explore the post-campaign content, which I normally have gotten through. There are post-campaign quests. I normally have those done when we review these. I have not been able to. So the review that I give is very much going to be with an asterisk next to it. I reserve the right to change my answer. While you're kind of like pondering that, we did get a couple of questions. Which, I mean, it should come as no surprise to y'all. who came in and asked these questions. Jiggly Panda comes in and asks a couple questions and says, already asked, what are your thoughts on Renegades so far? Okay, we've already done that. Which story do you think was better, Edge of Fate or Renegades? This is a layup here.
Yeah,
it's
Edge of Fate.
It's not even a fucking question, man.
Yeah.
It's not even a question. Also, the cutscenes were way better. It feels like a lot more polish and care was put into Edge of Fate, and this was like, oh shit, we gotta have something out. If this had come out like next summer and had the polish of Edge of Fate, oh my god, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my lord.
Yeah. Edge of Fate felt like they had to nail it, right?
Yeah. And I think they largely did. It was too much emphasis on fucking Matter Spark. That's all it was. It was too much on that. I mean, we're using it in the fucking final boss, dude. Like, it was too much. And the exploration emphasized it way too much, etc., etc. Jiggly Panda also asks, is Renegades the best movie/TV to video game crossover in all of gaming outside the stuff Fortnite has done?
I can't even really think of
I said no reactionary to this, not realizing that it said only movie and TV, because my clapback was going to be that Marvel vs. Capcom is infinitely better and actually is a cultural icon.
Yeah, it's a pretty good one though.
Man, I don't want to say no just for the sake of like being contradictory, but I do think that there are several franchises that have like done this effectively. Dead by Daylight is one that really comes to mind for me.
Yeah.
Whether you like it or not, I think that Dead by Daylight has actually like done it really well.
Yeah. And I know this isn't like movies or TV shows per se. I guess the later iterations are, but like Kingdom Hearts.
Kingdom Hearts is the one. That's the one, man.
Yeah.
That's the one. Like, they wanted to put Final Fantasy characters into a Disney game so bad, and Square said no. But they were like, what if we basically made a Final Fantasy game with Disney? And that's how you got one of the best RPG franchises ever made. Yeah. And I mean, like, if you're just talking general crossovers, I think that there's been a lot of video game crossovers that have been done more effectively. Obviously, Super Smash Brothers. I think the first, like, when we started seeing Nintendo make their own like Dynasty Warriors games with Koei Temco was really cool.
Yeah.
Obviously the Hyrule Warriors series coming out, Fire Emblem Warriors came out of that.
Yeah. Age of Imprisonment is actually really good.
Yeah, I listened to you and Ed talk about it a little bit on Powblock.
Yeah.
And so it might get me to pick it up, but Donkey Kong Bonanza and Metroid come first.
Yeah, I mean, it's still, not gonna lie to you, it's still a Warriors game, but like the story was cool.
Yeah, it's one of those, I'm going to wait for it to be like $30-$40 used, and then I'll grab it. I'll grab it on one of those GameFly sales, honestly.
Yeah.
But, I mean, there's not a lot of these types of crossovers, though. That's the thing. Like, this is such a unique thing that I almost hesitate to call it a crossover. Like, obviously, all the cosmetics are there, and, like, it's very clearly inspired by Star Wars, but you could tell me it was just, like, a knockoff, and I would have totally believed you. Like, the fact that this was actually made in conjunction with Lucasfilm, and Lucasfilm was like swearing up and down that they were happy with this, I'm actually a little surprised they were happy with this. I thought they would have asked for more, but they're probably too worried about getting Zero Company and getting Jedi 3 correct to care about this. They're about to start launching new movies, and they're doing Rise of Vader as a comic and Rise of Kylo Ren and all this and that. So.
Plus, they're like, oh, everybody will spend $20 on those Mandalorian skins. We'll be fine.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like, the Mando movie is about to come out. They're working on Ahsoka Season 2. They're working on, more Visions content. Like, they've got so much stuff going on that I feel like the story team's involvement was, like, really hyped up. I actually don't think it was, like, all that. But that's fine. I am happy they at least gave their blessing to this. Because I think that had to happen. And I feel like if the only thing that really came out of it was, like, oh, yeah, we can use the likeness of some of the famous guns, and we can give you a lightsaber, then it was worth it, because it's new types of weapons. It's a sword it's a special ammo sword that goes in the primary slot. That's really cool, man. That is truly an exotic weapon. It's the same way I felt about Ergo Sum. It's truly an exotic.
Yeah.
And I enjoy that.
Yeah.
So it's an awesome mission. I wonder how much lifting that and like lightsaber cool does for me.
Yeah, plus like the dungeon, like how good is that going to be? You know.
Yeah, and I mean that's why we always, whenever we review these, we've always made it a point to emphasize this is just the campaign content. This is just the story content.
Yeah.
And nothing else. But I usually try to get through the epilogue content before it didn't happen this year. I'll get to it this weekend, but I simply was not able to take time off at work this week. The first time I was literally able to take off this week is tomorrow. So I'm taking a half day tomorrow to come home, play some Destiny, play some Metroid, play a little bit of Magic, like just kind of like chill. Because I really need a personal day right now.
Yeah.
So let's put a rating on this, Corey. Let's try and rank this.
Rank it. Okay.
So I'm just going to go ahead and say the ones it's not better than for me. It is not better than Edge of Fate. It is not better than The Final Shape. It is not better than Forsaken. It is not better than The Taken King. It is not better than The Witch Queen. And I think all of those are S and A tier. So that puts a starting out at B+. That's on the very high end, B+.
Yeah. Okay.
Things I have in my B tier, just for the record, things I have in my B tier. Vanilla Destiny 2. Again, we're judging a campaign only. Vanilla Destiny 2. And Warmind. I have there. I have those in my B tier. In my C tier, I have Beyond Light. I have, well, I guess I should put, did I say I had Rise of Iron somewhere? Rise of Iron is B tier if I didn't have it.
You didn't say it yet.
Rise of Iron is B tier for me. I know it's A for a lot of you guys, if not S. It's B tier. It's high B tier for me.
I wouldn't say it's S tier. I just really like.
No, there are people who will impassionately tell you it's like the best thing they've ever done.
I know.
For me, this falls. I think this is low B, high C, is where I would put this.
Yeah, I mean that.
Because it certainly is not worse than Dark Below. It's not worse than Destiny 1 Vanilla. It's certainly not worse than Curse of Osiris or Shadowkeep. It's like Lightfall for me. It's B minus, maybe C plus. If I was really feeling negative, I might go C plus. I'd probably go B minus here.
Yeah, I would say I probably enjoyed the campaign a little bit more than Lightfall, but it wouldn't be anywhere higher than that for me.
Yeah, I think I probably enjoyed it a little bit more than Lightfall, and then I think about the Lightfall campaign giving me Strand.
Yeah, but this one gave you a lightsaber, Josh.
That's true. This one gave me a lightsaber and no Osiris training montage.
And no one yelling, Strand!
Strand, Guardian, you must use Strand! where was Osiris in all this? There's so many questions I have.
He's hanging out on Neomuna
I definitely put this probably right around like Lightfall Beyond Light-ish. Because I've got Beyond Light is a C plus for me. Lightfall is probably a B minus. I've got this right. I guess I would go B minus, but it's not better than the aforementioned DLCs. It's probably about like it's like Lightfall Warmind level, which I have at like B minus.
Yeah, that's where I would probably put it. I would probably put it below.
And again, I cannot emphasize to y'all enough. The lightsaber mission and the Sparrow Wraith do so much heavy lifting here. They are like, man, it's like Luka Doncic lifting the 2022-23 Dallas Mavericks to the Western Conference Finals on his back. That man was doing all the heavy lifting. That exotic mission is Bungie's Game 7 against the Phoenix Suns. That's what this is.
Game 7 against the Warriors for me, but that's just me.
No, that's the Final Shape sticking the landing. That's what that is. The Final Shape sticking the landing is the blocked by James for Bungie.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, so B minus. I don't have an exact ranking. I'll figure out an exact ranking and share it on the next show, but suffice it to say that at least half the campaigns I think are better than this. And I think that's a good thing, I think that's a good thing that we have to sit here and debate about its placement, but we're not like jumping to be like, oh my god, it's like the best thing. Like, this is like a solid 7.5 for me, if I were to give it a numeric rating.
Yeah.
That's not bad. That literally means good. That literally means good.
Yeah. I mean, it's still Destiny. Like, you're still shooting stuff. Shooting still feels good.
You just hit the nail on the head. It's still Destiny. It's still Destiny.
Yeah.
The abilities are fun. I think the Renegade abilities are so fucking cool. I can't wait to use the energy cycling weapons. I've heard nothing but praise for how those work. I can't wait. The lightsaber is so cool.
Yeah.
I'm very happy. I think the quality of life changes have been good. Still getting a little used to like these new orders that they've given us instead of like dailies and seasonal challenges and stuff.
Yeah.
But
I forgot about all that.
Like overall, man, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. That's like, and that's not a bad thing. Like it's fine,
especially for everything that Bungie has been through in the last 2 years, essentially.
And I mean, like I kind of wondered to myself, like, why did this not get scrapped? You know, if you were so strapped for cash and resources, and the answer is they're going to make so much goddamn money off those cosmetics. I caught myself looking at one of the hilts. I am not even going to front. Because you get a special blade. And I really thought about it, but I want to see what you unlock first in the game. And I went into this totally unspoiled. This is the first expansion. Edge of Fate I really didn't have spoiled for me either. It's been really refreshing post Final Shape to not be spoiled about a lot of shit.
Yeah.
It's been really, really nice. And I think a lot of that's just like I'm on social media less and less.
Yeah.
I'm hanging out on Reddit less. I'm hanging out in other Discords less. It's been really nice to just not get spoiled by things. So, yeah, I think that's about it, man.
Yeah.
I think that's going to do it for our review, but definitely the next episode, we're going to be talking Dawning. I'm going to bring a list of my campaign rankings. I want to talk about all these weapons. I cannot wait to talk about these weapons. I want to talk about set bonuses. The new Trials armor looks awesome.
Yeah.
The Trials armor looks awesome. I can't wait, man. I think there's some really cool stuff. And it's like, it's fine. Like I can be excited, but like, I do think my days, I was sharing this in a chat yesterday. I feel like my days of being like hardcore, I'm playing everything in Destiny. I'm grinding. I have to get the best roll on everything. I got to be at the top of my game all the time. I feel like those days have passed me by. And I think a lot of that came from my apathy towards the portal in the immediate aftermath of Edge of Fate. And an Ash and Iron being as bad as it was, and make no mistake, that is heinously bad.
Yeah, it was bad.
Just further accelerated it, like the Call to Arms event that just happened. Like, I can't even talk to you guys about it because I played like a day of it.
Yeah.
I didn't care about it. I just did not care. Like, yeah, cool helmet. I'm not going to kill myself. And I know you didn't really have to kill yourself. Dude, not even a shit. I couldn't even be bothered to earn the shader, and I think you only needed like 10, 15 points for it. I couldn't even be bothered to do that. Just opening your daily chests would have gotten it for you eventually. And I couldn't be bothered. So I do hope that they take these events a little bit more seriously and they do cool things there, because that'll probably keep me playing. Not having the weekly story, though, continues to be my biggest bummer, because you could have done so much iterating on this. I always go back to Witch Queen and how you got Risen that spun out of the events in Witch Queen. And it was short. It was like a 4-week season, and it was still so good. We had so many other things going on that we weren't even bothered by it.
Yeah.
And then they just never replicated that again. You know, we for all the crap I give Defiance showed a different angle of the war against the Witness. Onslaught showed us a different angle of the Witness's forces enclosing on Earth and on the portal. And what are we doing here, guys? What are we doing?
Yeah.
I understand you want me to go do these activities and these orders and stuff, but I'm going to tell you, by like early January, I'm going to be done with that. Probably not going to run them anymore. So am I just like kind of chilling until like new Pantheon comes out, which I really hope that's still a thing. It's kind of concerning that has not been brought up yet. Also, if you look at the artifact, it says artifact resets in 233 days, and I could not be bothered to do the math on how long that was. That's almost a full year.
It's like 9 months, I think.
That is like exactly 9 months. Yeah. So 9 months from now would put us in September of next year.
So that would be what, the 4th expansion, essentially?
Something like that.
Dang.
Yeah. There was a rumor going around last week that I'm not going to share necessarily right now in detail, basically saying like, oh yeah, Destiny 3 is a thing, it's being worked on. I might talk about it a little bit on the next episode. It'll give me a couple weeks to like kind of go down that rabbit hole, but I don't think it's a thing. Anybody can claim that it's in development until I like see something like for real. I'm not going to be like, yeah, it's in development.
I feel like the Edge of Fate was like where Destiny 3 would have started, you know?
Yep.
I mean, it
would have been a perfect point.
I mean, it basically is, right? Like they made a lot of your weapons essentially obsolete.
Yep.
In certain
and I mean,
modes,
we've talked about this like ad nauseum, right?
Yeah.
Like there's just so many things you could have done, and like seeing how things are in Renegades and like the system and everything, it's like, yeah, that could have been really cool in a game without all this power creep.
Yeah.
So, and now people are just going to be salty. Like you go do a Destiny 3, now it's going to be like, well, where the fuck's my lightsaber? Because I guarantee you they're not getting that license back.
Yeah.
So that always has been and will continue to be like my biggest fear about things like this, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, how do you even do a sequel? And like, Destiny 2 is bleeding players. Like it's at its lowest player count ever.
Yeah.
So like, where do we even go from here? But those are questions for another day.
Renegades is here.
A fun, frustrating experience.
Yeah. You said it. Not bad.
I tried to be as gentle as I could. Fox. Mr. thinking I'm going to come in here and light the world on fire with my takes. I think I was very balanced and very fair here.
You're always fair, Josh.
I am not.
I know.
I definitely am not.
I know. I was just kidding. Oh, man.
Corey,
we're done early, Josh.
We're done early, but our reviews usually come in at about an hour and a half. So,
yeah. All right. Well, everybody out there, hope you're enjoying Renegades. Thanks so much for watching or listening to this episode of Tower Casuals. Find some
Game Awards next week.
I know. You know what I made the list for today, Josh?
Bossies?
The Bossies.
Oh boy.
The Bossies.
The Bossies.
I did put Edge of Fate on the direction and storytelling category.
I'm so proud of you.
Anyways, everybody out there, thanks so much for watching and or listening. Josh, thank you for your time tonight, as always. And we'll see you next time. Goodbye.